Rab explains it all. Math, chem, physics never fall. Subscribe and learn. Ace every test, so Rab explains it best.
Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well. Welcome to this video and welcome to my channel. In this video we are going to get familiar with the scatter plots. We are going to learn how to draw them, and finally we are going to get familiar with different types of scatter plots, and if we have one of them we are going to be able to specify which type of scatter plot do we have. Okay, let's start. What is the meaning of a scatter plot? A scatter plot is a graph that relates two groups of data. And pay attention, we must behave with two groups of data as order pairs. Okay, I know that this definition can be challenging. Wait for the example. We want to draw a scatter plot for the table that we have. In the first column we have average price, and in the second row we have number sold. So I'm going to allocate one of them to the x-axis. I usually consider the independent variable for the x-axis. So I'm going to allocate average price for the x-axis and number sold in y-axis. Okay, I told you before I must behave them, I must consider them as order pairs. How am I supposed to do that? Each column is order pairs, and average price, as you can see, is related to the x coordinate. So for the first column I'm going to have 20 and 10. Second column 25 comma 20. It's really simple. These are order pairs. This one is going to be 30 and 35. Finally, I'm going to have 35 and 45. Okay, let's draw that. As I told you before, I'm going to draw this in a coordinate plane, and I usually work with the first quadrant because most of the time values are positive. I told you average price is located in x-axis. So I'm going to have average price. I'm going to show it with a dot p, and inside the parentheses I'm going to write the unit. It is dollar. And in the y-axis I'm going to have number sold. I'm going to show it with ns, and it does not have any unit. So the first order pair that I have is 20 and 10. I'm going to separate 20 in the x-axis and 10 in the y-axis. I'm not drawing them precise, but if it is necessary for you to specify the points precisely, I strongly suggest you to use measurement tools such as rulers. I'm drawing approximately. I just want to teach you the concept. The second point is 25 and 20. So this one is going to be 25. And 20 approximately is going to be here. I continue them until they intersect. It is the second point. And third point is 30 and 35. 30 and 35 approximately is going to be here. Again, the location of these points and the length of each unit is not precise. It is approximately 30 and 35, and the last one is 35 and 45. So this one is going to be 35 and this one is going to be 45. I continue them until they intersect. Okay, now I have 4 points. Should I connect them with a line? No, this is the scatter plot. Do not add anything to that. So we do not connect the points. So we learned how to draw a scatter plot. But let's talk about the trends that we have in a scatter plot and different types of scatter plot that we have. Look, if we pay attention to this scatter plot, you would realize that if when we move from the left side here to the right side, both of the value are increasing. What does it mean? Pay attention to the y-axis. The values in the y-axis are increasing and the values in the x-axis are increasing. You can compare two of them randomly. This is the first value in the left side and another value from the right side. And this pattern actually continues. If you compare them, you will realize that both of the x values and y values are increasing at the same time. And you can also draw the trend line. What does it mean, trend line? Trend line, if you want to know, the trend line is some line that passes through the middle of the points. If you pay attention to this trend line, you will realize that this trend line is upward. So when both of the values are increasing at the same time and the trend line is upward, what do we call it? We call it positive correlation. Okay? Both sets of data are increasing at the same time. Against the positive correlation, we have negative correlation. As you can see, when we move from left side to right side, one of the values is decreasing and the other one is increasing. Let's compare two of them, for example, this one and this one. As you can see, if we compare them, we would realize that x value is increasing while y value is decreasing. And we can see the same pattern through all of the points. And we can also draw the trend line which passes through the middle of all of the points. And we would realize that the trend line is downward. When the trend line is downward, we can say that we have negative correlation. What does it mean? It means one set is increasing, the other one decreases. And here, if you pay attention to the points that we have, you would realize that you cannot find any pattern. They are not following a specific rule. For example, like the previous one of them increasing, the other one decreasing, or both of them are increasing at the same time. We do not have it here. And we cannot draw a trend line. Which trend line do you want to draw? This one? No, it's not correct. This one? No, it's not going to be correct. What do we call them? We call them no correlation. It means data are not related to each other. Okay, let's describe the trend in each scatter plot. As you can see here, I cannot find any pattern. I cannot draw the trend line. So here we have no correlation. And here, if we draw the trend line, we will realize that this is downward. So we are going to have negative correlation. It means one of the data sets are increasing and the other one is decreasing. And if you pay attention to this one, and if you draw the trend line, you would realize that here we have positive correlation because the trend line is upward and both of the values are increasing at the same time. Let's solve some examples, conceptual examples. The amount of free time you have, so this is the first group of data you have, and the number of classes you take. Pay attention. So one group of data is free time you have. The second group of data is classes you take. As you definitely know, if you have more free time, you are able to take more classes. So both of them are increasing at the same time. So what type of correlation do we have? Here we have positive correlation. The sales of snow shovels. Sales of snow shovels is the first group of data, and amount of snowfall. You definitely know if we increase the amount of snowfall, the amount of snow shovels that we can save is going to increase. So here we have positive correlation. Why? Because both of them are increasing at the same time. The amount of air pollution, so the first group is air pollution in a city and the number of cars registered in that city. It's really simple. If we have more cars, definitely we are going to have more pollutions. So both of them are increasing. Again, this one is going to be positive correlation. The length of the baby at birth, it is the first value. It is the first set of data and the month in which baby was born. Pay attention. Are they related to each other? Can you conclude that babies that they are born in September are longer than the babies they are born in October? No, it's not rational. It doesn't make any sense. So we can realize that these two sets are not related to each other. And when they are not related to each other, it means we have no correlation. The number of calories burned and the time spent exercising. As you definitely can guess, if we spend more time in a gym exercising, we can burn more calories. So here both of them are increasing at the same time and we are going to have positive correlation. This is the end of this video. I hope that you have learned this chapter. If you have any question, I strongly suggest you to write it in the comment box. I will try to answer them as soon as it was possible for me. Thank you for watching this video.